Well, as you mentioned, there is plenty to see, but you obviously spend most of the time at the factory working.
Yes.
My question is, the public might be interested. How are you received? First of all, I mean, are you received? Do they like you? Do they understand you? How how does it work? And who are your partners there? Who are your people that you work with?
Well, I have to say that I'm treated like royalty, and they they want to, and even in the evening, they taking me out to dinner with other groups of people. Um, they Nothing is lacking in their hospitality, and as far as the people that I work with, there is a language barrier. I quite often English is taught to everyone in schools, of course. It's become as close to a universal language as there is. So many of them understand more English than they're willing to let me be aware of. I know they understand when they laugh at my jokes, but sometimes they're afraid of being misunderstood or just unwilling to try to communicate with me in English. So I've tried to learn a little bit of their language, and that helps some. And when I'm dealing with engineers and we're communicating with drawings and dimensions, and as long as we're talking numbers, I can speak in their language. But when we get much beyond that, I have difficulty.
And how do you master that? Is there a translator or?
Well, they have. There's At first there was no one in the engineering department that spoke English at all, and I had to rely on translators who might not be that technically knowledgeable. And so that was a challenge, to be sure that I communicated technical information to people who aren't accustomed to or to that sort of thing, and feel confident that that was also communicated to the person I was dealing with. And there were some misunderstandings at times, but we would go back and correct it. But now, in the past 2 years, they've had someone in the engineering department who is more technically knowledgeable, and does speak English very well. So that has improved upon the communications considerably.
My final question. That you have been grateful that you have borne with here with this and participate. What's your favorite food in China?
My favorite, well, let's see. I don't know if I would say this is my favorite, but the one item of food that I have had in Ningbo, China, that bears any resemblance whatever to what you would find in a Chinese restaurant in America was Peking duck. And that's one of my favorites, I'll say that.
Wonderful. Frank, thank you for the time you gave us. Thank you for the good work you have done. And we look forward to many years of continued development on behalf of Hai Lung Piano Company and continued good times. Thank you.
Thank you.